How you doing?
How you doing, Josh? How's it going?
Good.
Yeah, can you hear me okay over there?
Yes.
Cool, cool. So, I hear you guys are playing Massachusetts tonight, right?
Yes.
Cool. So set it up for me then. How's the tour going? How's the road treating you?
It's been good. You know, we've been on the road quite a while, since April of last year. So, just taking it one day at a time right now. We just got back from South America.
Cool.
And that was really amazing.
Yeah.
And now we're going to do this show today, and then we're going to have, you know, about 9 days off before we come see you guys.
Oh, awesome. Cool. So, I'm just going to delve into the new album a little bit, if that's okay. We're just going to, how do you reflect on Confessions now? It's been out for a while. I mean, I was listening to it. I think it's, I really like it. I think it's like some of the best stuff you guys have put out in a long time. But like, how do you reflect on it now that it's been out for a while?
You know, the music business has changed so much, as you know, so it's hard to get a gauge, you know, how your record's doing these days, because everybody's so single-driven nowadays. They don't, you know, not a lot of people are buying records, you know, not in any genre of music, you know. It's like, so it's tough in that regard, but very proud of the body of work. As you said, I think it's one of our best records, you know, and we worked really hard on it, and I'm glad it's in the catalog, you know. I feel like, you know, tackling the seven sins was something that, you know, Keith and I had talked about for a very long time, and I feel like they're timeless and that a lot of people can relate to them, and so it was a lot of fun subject. It was a lot of fun for me as a lyric writer, you know, and challenging to make, you know, good Buckcherry songs out of the sins.
Yeah, cool. I mean, like, take me through the creative process then. Like, how do you guys put the song together?
I mean, it happens all different kinds of ways. You know, we all kind of have our departments. You know, Keith writes the majority of the music. I write all the lyrics and melodies, and then we ultimately put it together as a band. You know, we get in a room and just kind of start bashing it out and building a house. You know, that's really what the record writing process is about for us. You know, we set a schedule just like you would for a work schedule, and we come in 4 days a week, and we hammer it out. When I go home, I take music with me, and I write lyrics at home, and so on and so forth until, you know, you got a record. Yeah,
man, yeah. The jamming sessions, that's always the best way I felt. Like, it's just like jamming and see what happens organically, I guess. I noticed, like, it's very, like, you don't have to answer this if you don't want, but it's very personal. There's a lot of personal stuff going on in there. Like, what is it that influences you musically and lyrically? Well, lyrically more for you, because you obviously write the lyrics.
I mean, I'm influenced by all kinds of things. You know, this was a very personal record for me, but, you know, every record's personal for me. You know, I take a lot of my own experience and I couple it with, you know, the lives around me and the experiences that I have on the road, meeting lots of people and seeing lots of different cultures. And you know, I also like to read a lot. So I read a lot of books, and I feel like that really enhances my storytelling, because, you know, that's what songs are. They're short stories. They're you know, just short songs about emotion, describing their emotions, and you know, we have a lot of songs about books as well. So I just take all that and kind of put it together, you know, and I listen to the music and see where it takes me in my head, you know, and then I just start writing.
Cool. And do you have any, like, songs you like to play live, like any favorites or anything like that?
So many. I mean, I love all of our songs, but, you know, usually the songs that I like to play live aren't like single songs. So, you know, like I like Broken Glass, playing Broken Glass live. I like playing Dead Again live. I love Porno Star. You know, I like Dead live too. That's awesome. And right now, off the new record, I'm really enjoying Greed and Wrath.
Yeah, that's really cool. I mean, I guess it must be really hard to put the set list together now that you've got such a huge back catalogue and, you know, all these like hits and songs that people really want to hear live. So, I mean, does it get harder to put the set list together as the years go on?
It does, yeah. I mean, there's like almost 70 songs to pick from now, and that's a lot. That's a lot to compile. And, you know, you always have the usual suspects that everybody wants to hear. You know, you got your Lit Up and Crazy Bitch and Everything and those type of songs. Sorry, everybody wants to hear those, so those always got to be on the list. And then you kind of rotate the rest of the set around those. You know. Yeah,
definitely. So moving on to the Best Of album then, that's out on the 29th, I think. Is that right? Yeah. Well, this is your first Best Of CD, so I'm just wondering, like, what was it that inspired you to put that together in 2013?
You know, our record label 11-7 wanted to do it. You know, we didn't really. They had an option to do it, and we weren't even really thinking about it. But you know, we have had 6 records out there, and so I think it's a good little compilation of, you know, the singles over the years, and it's cool for us to have in the catalog. But we're far from being done of making new material. We're already working on a new EP that will hopefully be out, like, you know, in the first quarter of next year, and this EP is going to be really cool for people who like Buckcherry. You know, it's going to be a must-have. And I'm excited because I grew up on independent records and a lot of EPs, and so I'm a huge fan of them, and I can't wait to do one.
Awesome. And like, 2 of the singles from the new album made it in there as well. Like, would you say they're important songs to you guys as a band?
Yeah, Gluttony and Nothing Left But Tears.
Yeah.
Great songs. Those are great songs live, and we wanted to have them on there. It was very important, and you know, that's the thing with the Best Of. It's hard, you know, because you only have 12 slots. So, you know, we've had a lot of singles over the years, we're fortunate to have that, and so it was pretty cool putting that together.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to hearing Gluttony live. That's a really great song. That's very, like, short but sweet and like energetic, and you guys, like. Yeah, you guys have a lot of energy on stage. I think that's great. Like, you really get the crowd moving, which is always, like, just a great experience for the crowd.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. You know, that's what Buckcherry is all about, live rock and roll. You know, so
yeah,
that's what we love to do.
Cool, man. Yeah, and this is more of a request question, because I told my friend I was interviewing you, and just the excitement on his face was just not even contained. So I'm just gonna go back to Crazy Bitch, if that's okay, and just like ask you if there's, like, a story behind that, or any, I don't know, madness happening to inspire you to write that song.
Well, there's a lot of things that came to mind when I was you know, I was just driving around LA in my little Toyota truck at that time, and I was just singing that melody in the chorus, because at that time I was kind of reminiscing about all the chicks I used to like from about, you know, the age of, you know, 15 to about 22. I couldn't really attract a sane chick, you know. It was just all these crazy bitches that were just really good in bed, but horrible good girlfriends, and that's really what the song's about. But also at that time, the Paris Hilton sex tapes had just come out, and I just thought it was so funny that somebody could launch a, you know, show business career just from, like, a homemade porn. And so I just started singing this song, and I didn't want to forget it, so I called Keith and sang it on his voicemail so I wouldn't forget it, you know.
Yeah.
And at that time it was just me and Keith again. It had been after Time Bomb. It was just Keith and I. We were writing demos in our rehearsal room. We had 3 of the band members had quit, and we were just, like, making, you know, writing songs, kind of, you know, looking around for new members, but we hadn't found any yet, so we were just being ambitious. And we wrote a lot of songs during that time, but Crazy Bitch was one of them, and it just sat there for, like, 3 years before it ever got on a record, and
oh, really?
almost never came about, you know?
Yeah. God. Well, that's amazing, that story, man.
That's really the interesting story about Crazy Bitch.
Yeah, that is crazy. So anyway, you touched on the whole sort of digital versus physical CDs earlier. I was wondering if we could venture into that territory a bit. Like, do you guys find it hard to, I don't know, do you find that the challenges of like digital music and iTunes and all that stuff, do you find that a challenge, or do you just like, do you embrace it?
I mean, there's always new challenges every year with the music business. It's constantly changing. Yeah, I mean, there's no other way but to embrace it and figure out how to stay successful and weather the storm and move through all the changing of times. I mean, it's changed so much since we started. So I think what it all comes back to is like your audience and being out on stage. You know, that's something that's never going to change. People are always going to want to get out and go see live music, and thank God we kind of built our reputation on that from the beginning. So we have a worldwide fan base that we can go out and show up for. So that's really the important thing.
Yeah.
We still want to make quality records, and we are always record-minded type people. You know, we're not. I don't know where the music industry is going, but I'm afraid that it's going to a place where fans and pop acts and everybody are just going to start releasing singles, that the album will become extinct after a while, because right now, you know, we have friends in the States that'll have a #1 single, and they'll be selling like, you know, anywhere from 1,500 to 2,000 units of their single a week, and their record is at like 300 units a week, which is just bizarre, you know.
Yeah.
And so it's just changing like dramatically, and I think like there was a band that I heard of, Icono Pop. They had that big hit, I Love It, you know, which I thought the song was great, and then they sold like 2 million copies of the single, and then their record comes out and they sold 16,000, you know, the first week, which is just, you know, so lopsided. So I don't know what's going to happen with singles versus records, you know. I hope that people still want to hear, you know, a band put out a record every time they come out, you know.
Yeah.
Because that's like really where it's at. But as far as like how you survive in the business, it's so single driven that, you know, bands may you know, shy away from that.
Yeah, man. There's nothing like, I've always said, there's nothing like,
which in my opinion would really suck.
Yeah, definitely. As I say, there's nothing like a physical CD, like going to the shop the day that it's out, you know, and that excitement is just is amazing. I always thought, like, that cannot be beaten.
The physical CD is almost extinct. But, you know, hopefully the record, you know, making a record a body of work won't be.
Yeah, definitely. It's sad to see where it's going, but I guess it's I don't know, I guess it's inevitable.
I mean, where can you get a physical CD anymore? In the United States, there's 2 places, Best Buy or Walmart. There are no more independent record, you know, stores. None of that. Everybody gets their music from iTunes or, you know, digitally. You know, our digital sales have gone from, you know, just 2 years ago at 30% of our overall record sales to now 70%. So
wow.
It's just, you know, that's where it's going, and you just have to roll with it and figure out how to be successful. Yeah,
man, definitely. Are you okay for time, mate?
What's that?
Are you okay for time?
I have another interview here coming up, but I think this was scheduled for 15 minutes, right?
Yeah, okay, cool. Well, a couple more questions then. You're a big fan of tattoos, obviously. I heard that the like when you were like doing the cover art for the album, you wanted it to be like something that you could have tattooed on you. So I was wondering, have you had any, I don't know, fans sending you pictures in or anything, or people who've actually gone for it, you know, and like just love the album so much that they've done that? Yeah, really.
Yeah, I've personally seen more than a handful of the 7, you know, the Confession 7 tattoo, and it's come out. It's really awesome. I think the bigger you get it, the cooler it is. You know, when it's done like smaller, I've seen some smaller versions of it. You know, it gets the detail gets lost. So I think, you know, it'd be a killer like back piece or rib piece, or, you know, something on your thigh really huge.
Yeah, cool, man. Well, anyway, last question then. What are your plans for the rest of the year with Buckcherry?
Well, we're coming to Europe, which is going to be amazing. You know, we're doing almost 4 weeks there, and then we go straight from there to Australia and do a week there, and then we break for the holidays and finish up the EP, and then at the end of January we go to Canada and the States, and hopefully the EP will come out in March, and just keep touring all through the year, get back to Europe and the festival season in the summer, and that's the plan so far. Awesome.
I'm really looking forward to the EP, and I guess I'll see you when you come to the UK at some point. I'll be in.
You're gonna love this EP,
yeah, man.
This EP is gonna be sick. It's gonna be so wrong that it's right. It's gonna be awesome.
Awesome, man. I'm looking forward to it. Well, yeah, thanks a lot for your time, mate. I really appreciate you taking the time out for it, and just good luck with the tour and the album and getting the music out there, and everything else, man.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks very much.
Get the rock show.
Yeah, cool, man. I'll see.
All right, later.
See you, man.